Hello everyone, this is Floxcat, and I know this is very interesting that I'm doing a video about this, but it's kind of something I do want to kind of tackle because it's something that was brought up earlier, and of course I'm also going to put a note about it in my comic, but of course I want to point something out here before I continue. You can tell I'm not actually even angry about this at all. I'm being very honest here. In fact, I just got done watching, at the time of recording this, I just got done reacting to something with Amy Free. And let me just say, once it gets fully revealed in a StreamYard, I highly recommend you react to it as well. It will be really in my channel. It's going to be big. But there's actually something I do need to talk about, something that's actually interesting. And here's the thing. I want to point something out very clearly. I was prepared for this because I knew that it was going to happen. It was something interesting evolving with the comic, and it's something that's intriguing. So I want to go ahead and tackle this issue because it was going to be brought up big time, and a lot of people were going to question it. And I'm surprised it took a while for it to be questioned, to say the least. And I say that because, ironically enough, I guess that's because I'm not very well known, and so is the comic, which if you haven't checked it out, I do highly recommend it, although, side warning, it is kind of, let's just say rated M. That's how I'll put it. Not even rated M, but it is kind of up there. And it's very interesting, but before we do that, let's kind of explain what I'm talking about before we get into the actual thing, which is what this title of this video is. So for those who do not know, and believe it or not, it's almost the anniversary of this, the 1 year anniversary, but technically last year, around, I want to say October, I think it was October. You can correct me, I can correct myself as well in the comics, but I started a comic series called Jolly. I'm not going to get into details why I started Jolly, but let's just say it was because I was in a state of mind at that time and stuff. And to be honest, ever since then, I actually have enjoyed doing Jolly. Like, especially after I finally finished with the first official arc of it. Like, not all the way, I still got 2 more chapters to truly close the cap on that one. But I am done with the first arc. And really, after that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to continue it. Which I know, by the way, before we get into it, for those who have been looking at my comics, yes, I know I haven't updated the other ones yet. I'm trying to make room for that. That's the problem. Because I really actually am ready to do the second arc now and stuff. So it's going to be tough, by the way. Just saying. And it was really good, and by the way, like I said, if you want to check it out, it'll be in the description down below, which I kind of recommend too because there was a bunch of characters that I introduced to it. But the reason why I'm making this video and trying to hurry this up is something happened on TikTok that raised a red flag. Now, for those who do not know, I'm now on TikTok because a couple months ago, reasons. Although I will happily announce we're on the 3rd and final month of that. So we might be over with, you know what, I won't even go into details of. But yesterday I was looking at TikTok and I got a comment on one of my TikTok videos. And it had a certain character, which we'll get into in a bit, and stuff. And there was a person who put a comment, as you've seen on the thumbnail, and I will also jokingly put it on the artwork and actually put it even in the Jolly comics, which is going to be funny, who questioned me about the character, basically. Well, I mean, when you read the comment itself, you might consider what you take it. I'm just going to take it as questioning the character because, again, this person probably don't know me, but I do want to kind of point this out. And the character he was questioning was this character I'm wearing on this shirt, which is why, funny enough, if you've seen the Amy video, I changed shirts because of this, because I just got in my head, so I decided to go ahead and do that. Now, obviously, the character in question, her name is Russia, and she is a big fat mouse. or rat or whatever. I mean, my brother even jokingly said there's a difference between them. I don't see a difference in a rat and a mouse. I mean, I know he probably is right. There is a difference, but who gives a fuck? But anyways, Russia the Mouse. He is one of the characters who was recruited in the main protagonist group, being the blacklisted Heartless. I know, that sounds pretty weird. Again, read the comics if you want to know more about the character and what the hell I'm talking about, because that's the thing. But there was something that was brazen about the character that I do need to point out, because the person questioned, why did I make a character whose name is Russia, especially during the time what we're in. For those who are very unfamiliar right now, and I won't blame you because I haven't even been paying attention to it, because guess what? I'm not into politics, which is the first major thing I need to point that out and stuff. And I know this ain't really also politics. I need to make that clear. It really isn't. But again, I don't watch news because I hate fucking politics and news. So I'm not really informed with what's going on in media unless it's very outspoken and stuff. But I am aware of what's been going on recently, and I actually even did a video on it, which is even crazier about this, because what the person don't know, and a lot of people may not know, I too actually did a kind of an update video on this, talking about my own feelings about what's been going on and stuff. And for those who do not know, and I will put the link down below for the video, I talked about the recent war between Russia and Ukraine. Now, I'm not going to go into details on what the hell is going on with that. Just know that really, yes, Russia is the bad guy. I didn't make that clear. We all know that. I'm not dumb because I heard a lot. Like, I already heard a lot of creepy stuff that happened. I'm not informed of what's going on with that war right now because I guess it might have been under dust. I don't know. But it is kind of a very serious war going on because it might start World War III. Even though I highly don't think so, because every other country is like agreeing how Russia is a fuck up jackass who's not really realizing what's going on. Not all of them, because most of the Russian people aren't agreeing with this and stuff. And of course, again, we're not going to get into the politics side. I know I make it sloppy, but go look up for yourself. I also did a video down below because I knew that I wanted to do it on my own time to explain that, but you know, you can also go find other videos as well for that thing. But the main point is, right now, people are not liking Russia at the country right now, and it makes sense. I'm not dumb enough to know what's going on there, except though I haven't been up to date with the war, but I do know that it's a big fat concern. And you're probably now seeing where I'm going with this, because the person was questioning Russia the Mouse. Okay, first off and foremost, I'm sorry, person. I really am sorry. I'm not even joking here. Because, you know, I didn't want to offend anyone as well, because I know the situation is deep. It is serious what it is and stuff. And again, I'm not even mad at this person because it is a fair point. That's the point. But I do need to discuss this before it actually does spread, or at least kind of go ahead and talk about it before it does go out the end, because I know a lot of people are going to talk about this thing, because once it's on the internet, it can't be fully removed. And to be fair, like I said, I knew something was going to happen when it was brought up, but I think there's something I need to note first. First of all and foremost, the character Russia was actually created way before the war actually truly began, because the war began on February something. I forgot the date, but the game began early February. This creator, if I recall, especially since I was doing the Jolly Comet at the start of October, came in around. Yeah, he came around December. So that was, and actually probably even further, a little bit in late November. So that character was a little bit way late or early before the whole thing. So that was just bad coincidence. And again, I didn't even know, even before when I heard about it, I didn't even know things were blowing up with Russia before. And I think I'm not the only one with that. Until it was announced on February. And of course I did kept going, but that's because I was like, okay, yeah, I get the whole deal. I probably would have to do this, which I am doing it. But it's not a big deal. Because really, like I said, I'm not into politics, but also I do have some merits with that. Because, let's be real, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it or lie about it. Yes, Russia is what it sounds like. She is kind of, jokingly speaking, kind of a little bit stereotype a little bit. Like, not all the way stereotype, but yes, she is kind of what you think when you hear her name is Russia. She's a red mouse, red being a stereotype color for Russia because, Soviet Union. She's a sexy female, which is because that is also a stereotype to Russian women. And there's a lot more to it. She is, in fact, Russia, and I'll get into that in a bit. And in fact, she's also kind of, like, she's not really a scientist, but she is a actual medical doctor of the ship, of Blacklist Hearts, and she is very smart, kind of another stereotype to Russia and stuff. So, yes, I get the memo of what's going on, because literally I cannot even deny it, because that's how I made the character. But here's the thing. There's actually some merits to that. First of all and foremost, and it is something that is going to pop up in the comics, like, if you thought my first arc was a little bit weird, get ready for the second arc, because I'm about to go overboard with the second arc, and I don't even care. But I want to make it clear that, first of all and foremost, this, in the universe of Jolly, I need to make it clear, but I won't go into details because it actually is spoilers, and I want to keep it in the comic. So I really do want to keep it in the comic. The only person who truly knows it, and I'm hoping he even doesn't even hear this because I gotta make sure of it. I don't want him to spoil it either. But the only person I truly told him what the whole point of the comic was my brother, because he doesn't give a two shit. But I will confirm Jolly is an alternate timeline of reality, aka this thing, our world. But I won't explain what's going on because that's actually a secret. That's very secret. In fact, someone also noted about how I use something with soul eaters with that thing, and that's actually a clue on what's going on because it does take place in an alternate modern day of our reality. That's the only thing I will keep hidden. I won't spoil anything else, but the reason why I bring that up is because this is an alternate timeline, and technically speaking, how this alternate timeline started, it doesn't follow our timeline. I want to point that out. It does not follow our timeline at all. So I need to point that out. The second, and I know that's not an excuse, but I do need to point that out to kind of explain what that is. But the second thing I do want to bring up is something that is kind of a point on about what's with Russia. And because I thought of it, I might actually do it in the next chapter, kind of a little spoiler. But I do need to clear up that, yes, the most specific animal that will be a representation of Russians will be mice. However, if you guys have been paying attention to my Jolly comic, especially in the very first chapter, the mice are actually evil. Not Russia, by the way. I need to fully point that out. She's not going to turn evil. Definitely not. But all the mice there's a reason, and again, I'm not going to get into it. It's hush hush. But yes, I do realize the whole thing, but I want to put that out that I did make Russians and Russia evil. Not all Russians, because not every single Russian is evil. I think we need to point that out clearly. And I will point it out, and I want to point that, I know I keep repeating, but again, this Russia is not evil. Is not evil. She's not evil at all. Her backstory is actually fucked up. I was going to say that. That's the nicest way I can say that without spoiling it, but also because of merit reasons you can find out. Again, it's linked down below. You can look at it. Yes, I wrote that. I actually did. There's a reason. Again, I was out of time. And like I said, if you thought first arc is bad, get ready for arc part 2 because holy crap, I'm going to take it overboard for good reasons, not bad reasons. Because again, Jolly has morals like any other comic series there is. But I will say it's going to get very interesting. Not in a bad way, but let's just say it's going to get very interesting and stuff. But my point is, Russia is not evil. It is not. She is not evil. She is not a personification of fucking actual Russia. I just call her that because I figured why not? I couldn't figure out any other name and stuff. I just wanted to make her like that. Not to mention, there's actually kind of a other secret inspiration. I won't go into details because A, I promise not to talk about it ever fucking again. And B, really, it's kind of a little bit of a really something that, you know, is just personal towards me and stuff. But Russia was inspired by something completely different. And I can't really say what it is because of those two reasons. A, because I promised myself not to talk about it again. And B, being that it's just on a personal, technical level and stuff. So I won't say that, but she is not inspired by the actual personification of Russia. Yes, the mice, all the mice in this series, or rats, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, are kind of Russians. Like, it's similar to how all the cats in there, because have you seen the cats? Yes, most of the cats, not all of them, there's other animals as well, but most of the cats are going to be Japanese and stuff, and da-da-da. And of course, probably French, since Yami, if you know the other character, he's both French and Japanese for reasons, another secret. But again, this whole point of this video is I want to make it crystal clear. Russia is not evil. In fact, I love the character, which is kind of funny because, again, the real inspiration of Russia is kind of, But in the end of the day, I actually did love the character after I created her. And really, it was very good. Like, that's the reason, that's the only reason why I made a shirt of this character. Because I love the character so much. I mean, I have other favorites as well. I love Cross. Yes, that's another character I made, and she's a sheep. Guess where that stereotype going? Yuyami, and of course, Russia. And of course, I love the other characters I created. Of course, I do love the comic. That's why I love making my comic. But really, at the end of the day, I love this character design I made. I specifically made it in this way because really, what else to do? But again, like I've been saying for pretty much the whole entire video, Russia is not evil, and I actually do want to apologize for that. Because, again, I was fully, especially after the character was released, that's when it all happened, I was fully aware that that would come up. That's why I'm not even mad. I'm seriously not mad. I actually had a good laugh at that, because, okay, sure. That's not what's going on, but okay. I mean, okay. Because that's the thing. I understand completely. Literally. Again, I'm not up to date now then because I just ignore it and move on. I don't even watch news at all most of the time unless it's important. But I am aware about the Ukrainian war. There we go. Ukrainian war. And there you go because I was blinking on the name. And I understand how serious because, yeah, Russia is the country, Russia, is complete bullshit. That's why I made the mice in the comics evil. Because, and they were actually, I'm trying to figure out how to put it in because I got in the second arc, and the second arc has a different story, blah, blah, blah. But I will be putting somewhere in the not near future, but in the future, I will put another arc explaining what's been going on and stuff. But again, first off, Jolly is not connected to our reality. It's in a different universe, but in the, you kind of figure that out. And again, there will be spoilers if I say it, so I won't say it, but trust me, keep an eye on that. Second of all, Russia is not evil at all. And, well, this character Russia, not the country, you know what I mean. This character Russia is not evil at all. Yes, she is a little bit of a stereotype, but she is not evil at all. In fact, she's my favorite character, so trust me on that. And again, it's all there in the first arc. Just read it. That's all I can say. That's all I'm going to say. And then finally, again, the character, and actually the whole comic itself, came way before any of us, especially me, any of us knew that this war will happen. It came out in August. Russia was introduced around December, if I recall correctly. And even then, I was not aware of the whole war. And again, also one more quick note: if it did happen way before February, a little bit, if there was tension already starting to rise in December or and stuff, again, forgive me because I was not aware. That's literally the whole major point I want to put that out. I was highly unaware of this, and when February hit, after the character was fully released, I didn't do anything because A, it didn't connect to the comic at all, and B, really, I didn't see there was going to be a problem with this at all, and I still don't see it because really, it's not a big deal. It really isn't at all. It's just misinterpretation, and it's fine with the guy. Again, I apologize. I will apologize. I'll say this. I'm sorry, guy, whoever you are, because again, you're right. It is a serious situation. Fuck Russia and all, everything it loves, because really, they're crazy right now because they're trying to control power and all that. They're trying to probably rise fucking Soviet Union. All we fucking know. But I am fully aware of the situation of this, what's going on. But I want to make it crystal clear: Russia is not based fully off of the country at all. She was created for this, and she was based off something else. But I can't say it because of personal reasons, and I promised myself not to even talk about the situation at all ever again. So yeah. But I just want to bring it up. Again, I'm super cool with it. It's just a funny thing that I want to bring up and want to clarify because I knew this thing would probably spread. So I wanted to be the first to talk about it. I don't mind at all. It's just a funny thing I want to bring up, to be honest. But again, I want to make it clear. Also, if you want to, you can check out Jolly. I don't mind everyone checking out Jolly at all. It's something important. I really do need to bring that up. So, yeah. Anyways, this has been Flux. I'm snapping out of here because, man, I've been having a great day. Snapping out of here. Bye.